So anyway, I want to tackle this topic because this is probably one of the most important skill to kind of master, and there's no, again, no black and white way how to do that. It's a thinking pattern. You think one thought, you do something, you think another thought, and these thoughts are in correct order, so you get to good output. This is the way I'm doing that. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. This is just how I'm been doing that for all these years, and that's how something that kind of works for me, because I kind of need to think a certain way or to. So whenever you use this technique, you can tell me if you have or came up with some better ideas. So before we start, we need to categorize, or basically, the first step to create listing images is actually to categorize your product. Second step is to analyze the main images of competitors and what strategies they are employing. Third step is to ask yourself, what's my strategy? Like, how do I gonna come into the market, and how do I enter into that market, right? What should my image be? Now, the fourth step is like analyze what kind of other images are these competitors are using and what purposes these images have. Step number 5 is list all the different types of images by purpose that you can create. Step 6, determine which type of images or purpose most effectively addresses the customer needs. Step 7 is compose texts for each type of image. And step 8 is source images from the internet for each intended purpose and compose design instructions for graphic designer. So let's go look all these 9 steps one at a time and how I'm thinking. What does these things mean? Okay. So first, categorize and understand your product. This is most underestimated or underlooked thing, in my opinion, because we have two types of products, or two types of like two sides of the brain, right? Left and right brain. So left one is like the logic-driven brain, right? This does analysis, logic, idea, facts, features, right? And the right one is emotions-driven, like how do you feel when you look at the image? And feeling is really often are forgotten from Amazon images completely. And feeling, in my opinion, is extremely important to make really good Amazon listing images for some products. For some products, of course, logic is really important. For some products, emotions are really important. Then we also have easy to understand products. You know, you look at the image, and it's, you understand what the product is, and hard to understand products. Kind of, you don't understand what the product actually does. So basically, we have easy to or hard to understand products. So which one is it? We have logic-driven, like features-driven products. How much from 1 to 10? How logic-driven it is? We have emotion, benefits-driven products. How much from 1 to 10? Let's take an example. Hammer. Okay. So what is Hammer? Is it easy or hard to understand product? It's easy to understand, right? Is it logic-driven features? I think 9 from 1 to 10, it's definitely logic-driven product because there's not much emotions needed. Maybe you have certain type of hammer, so you kind of want to you kind of want to like show like the hammer in certain way of use, but usually it's logic-driven product. What type of handle it is, how it works, blah blah. Okay, water bombs. Easy or hard to understand? It's easy to understand. Like everybody knows what like these water bombs are, right? You don't need to explain what it is. Is it logic driven? Well, maybe a little bit logic driven, but mostly it's emotional driven product. It's supposed to make you feel certain way, and if it does, you will most likely buy it. Let's take another example. Board games. Is it easy or hard to understand product? It's completely hard to understand product, right? You don't understand looking at this product. You don't know anything. What is it, right? Is it logic driven? Not really logic driven. I mean, like, doesn't matter how many pieces of cards or how many buttons are inside there. Doesn't really matter. I don't know. But does it matter how it makes you feel when you play that game? Definitely, right? I put 9 emotions driven. Number 1, not really logic driven. Please, guys, if you disagree with me, just put it in the chat box or just raise your hand. Cool. This product, this is a windshield repair kit. Is it easy or hard to understand product? Definitely hard to understand product. Like you don't understand what is it, right? Even if you look at the main image, you just don't understand. Is it logic driven? It's really logic driven. You want to fix your windshield. That's it. There's not many emotions needed. Oh, it's so beautiful windshield now. Now it's not broken anymore. It's nice, and it's a little bit like if you show them broken windshield, it makes them feel some way. And if you show them repair the windshield, it kind of makes them feel. So I put one, not so emotions driven, but still a little bit emotions driven, right? Now, guys, why I'm speaking about this? Let's go one more time, okay? What is this? It's a RAM for the computer, right? Is it easier? It's hard to understand. Actually, it's easier to understand for some people. For some people, it's hard to understand. I could actually put it's easy to understand product, right? For me, right? But it's a logic-driven product. Means that it doesn't really, it's zero emotions. I mean, like, it's like, does it suit to my computer? Is it something that's suitable? Like, is it, I don't know. It's completely logic-driven purchase decision, right? So basically, logic-driven is something that you want to focus on information. Like this one here. You just need to focus on information. It's 100% logic-driven product. So you want to explain things. Like explaining things, like exactly what it is, and infographics. Like the more logic driven your product is, the more information is required, or information has more importance than feelings, right? Like here, I don't need to put feelings here. It's like, it's all about information, and information comes from ChatGPT. Information is easy to get. Information is not so easy to display. That's the problem with information. It's not easy to display the information. How do you display it, right? But the focus, if your product is logic driven, it's supposed to be information driven. Information is more important than feelings. By the way, guys, there's never like just 0 and 10. There's not easy. Usually it's like something in between. A little bit logic, a little bit emotions, a little bit more logic or less emotions. So kind of need to like from 1 to 10, you need to decide. So if it's emotion driven, then you focus on emotional images. Like emotion needs to be there in order for them to make decisions. I see this mistake so many places. Like even this water bombs or water balloons, people are going heavy with information, like really heavy with information, but people don't buy, they don't care about, is this water balloon done from, I don't know, like one little bit thicker material or less thicker, or what is exactly there is. They care about emotions a lot, right? Or water, this bath bombs, right? Imagine if I start speaking about how big is the bath bomb, right? How fast it melts. It doesn't matter, right? Or the pillow, how does it really matter? Like the pillow is, by the way, it's also like information driven and emotional driven, right? Because the pillow, the information, there's a lot of information needed for you to make a decision. But then again, you need to understand like which one is dominating factor and where should you focus, or maybe you should focus both, right? Cool. If it's hard to understand, then your first objective on the listing is to explain how it works. Again, I see it so many times, like for example, Exploding Kittens, the game, right? If I don't tell people exactly in 5 seconds how the game works, they skip it. They just go away, right? So if you don't explain people things quickly, if they don't understand them, then they're just gone, right? Or if it's easy to understand product, then your most, I mean, like Hammer, for example, like, so what do you do then? Like, it's easy to understand, you know, it's not emotional. So it's all about just graphs, like data. It's just information. Like Hammer, to sell Hammer, it's all about information. What's the steel? How it's done? What's the handle? Why the handle is special? Why the steel is special? Why the finishing is special? How do you use it? So, like literally, the easy to understand products that require kind of like a lot of this type of either emotional or logical driven features, right? So sometimes these choices here can be used, by the way, for all the products. Now, that being said, you can now you hope you understand before you start going to your images is that okay, so is it logical driven, information driven, benefits? Is it benefits driven? Is it easy to understand, hard to understand? And so where should I focus? Because don't do this mistake that you're selling like something like emotional product and all you do is infographics and text with no emotions at all. Or you have logical driven product and you just putting these beautiful pictures how you're using that. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, it just doesn't matter. Like here, if I put beautiful images here about my computer, no one cares, right? So yeah, so make sure you don't go wrong way and you know where your focus is, right? Second thing I always do is that analyze the main images of competitors and what strategies are they employing. You just open the main listing of open the main keyword on Amazon. So let's go back here. Where is it now? So second task is to analyze your main images of the competitors and what strategies are they employing, right? And basically, what you do here is just you're thinking about what are they doing in order to shine out, right? Is there additional products? Is there like additional products they're adding or effects? Different angles, and we talked about this already previous time. But basically, to kind of like realize what's working, like we can see here that some people are using additional products, some people are using effects, some people are using boxes, some putting like even more different type of products here, even to shine out even more. Some of them will have free silicone mats here, but angle is pretty much almost for all of them almost the same. Pretty dumb angle for some reason. There's someone is coming in here with new angles. Yeah, water effects again. Yeah. So this is just like even cut through. This is first one, only one here that does this one. So this is the first, gonna learn how to do that. So next one we're gonna do is that for you, what's your main image strategy? Like how do you gonna go to the market? And when you've done your blueprint, you kind of know, from the blueprint, because blueprint is before that task. So what I mean by that, you can enter market either 6 different ways. Being better in visuals, right? Just do better in visuals, or you add extra products. The extra products to the main image. This is your strategy. This is what you do, or you add more quantity or higher price. You had 4 times more quantity, but price is only double, for example, right? This is another strategy you can deploy for every single product, or for products, not for every product, but for some products. Then maybe you can use better package, make the product as a gift. And again, a lot of people are not doing that, but this can be done for many products, and this is really underutilized tactic to enter the market. Really powerful and really underutilized. Same thing, I see it really often, different segment, different color, something that's not really meant for the woman, but people are doing for women, or different colors that will shine out instantly on the main page. Or downgrading, selling cheaper. If there's such a possibility, then do that. If there's not, then you cannot do it. But usually Chinese already done it. But this is a super powerful way to enter the market. Sometimes when people are downgrading, they can do it from here. You can see from 44 to 688. I can do multi-pack for 688. I can do 4 pieces of 688 and sell it for, I don't know, like $40 or something. I don't know, something like this, which have basically also like one effect. I can do this downgrading option and make it more quantity per package. That's also one option to enter the market. All right. So, and then combination any of first 6 together, which eventually leads into rainforest. And that's what's happening on Amazon. Like products become rainforest, and that's what a rainforest looks like. They're full of stuff. They have packages, they have extra products, they have whatever, gift packs, like, all sorts of effects, everything, ebooks, everything added to the main image. So, and if you deploy that type of tactic, I'm sure many products you can dominate instantly if you deploy tactic like this. If you make image like this, for lots of places, you will instantly gain a lot of traction. The problem with that tactic is that if you go out of the price range, if it becomes too expensive, then people don't want to buy too expensive products. The price still matters. All right. Number 4, now analyze what kind of other images competitors are using and what purposes. So we went through the what type of product you have, what type of main images are competitors using, then what type of tactic you can deploy to came to the market for the main image. And let's go now to other images, okay? Other 6 images. How do we do those? Okay, so again, we need to analyze what competitors are doing. So for example, and so basically we're going to analyze what kind of other images competitors are doing and what purposes they have, and then we're going to list down these purposes that we can create. So basically it means that I went through this glass rinser again, right? So I went through some 6 listings, and I just gathered, okay, some purpose that they have is that how to use it. Sometimes for the glass rinser, they really often they show this 360-degree rotating special sprout. Again, that's one purpose I could also do if I want to sell glass rinser. Sometimes they have this which glasses this is suitable. Again, it seems that it's important for the customers to understand which glasses it suits for. So that's one purpose I could do for image as well. All right. So I have already 4. Now I have 4 purposes already. There's some sort of tilt angle, so you have water accumulation inside. Okay, that's one purpose I could do for image. There's also why to choose us. I could do the same thing. Then there's like why it's important product and how easy it's to use or who it's meant mostly. It's like emotional image, right? Again, I can do that. Then there's easy to install purpose image. A lot of glass rinser guys are doing that. Again, I could do that as well. Easy to install. I can make it even better, right? And there's some of them are showing like a product dimensions. And is it like a suitable for special sinks? All right, I can do that as well. So basically, your goal now after analyzing the main images and coming up with your main image plan is to come up with other image plan. And before you can come up with other image plan, you need to analyze what other people are doing, right? And you write down like this same way. Right now I have 8 different purposes. I can choose, I have only 6 images. So basically I need to choose only 6 from this list, right? But if I go further, I can find even more different purposes that people are using. And then I basically need to make a choice. So basically, I need to make a choice. What purpose is the most effectively addresses the customer needs, right? And then I need to give that, explain that to them in visually an attractive way, right? So again, all right, let's do it. Let's do it now. So I made a decision that I will go like main image. I will go with white glass rinser because I saw that white is never, I did a little research. I saw no one has a white, everyone has steel and black ones. No one has white ones. There's 3 white guys, but only, and yeah, there's not really competition. I'll go with white one, right? So that's my main image tactic. White, simple, really simple. How to use it? Okay, this is hard to understand product, right? Glass rinser, it's not common sense product. So I need to explain how to use it as a second image. Third image I will create, okay, so how to install it. Again, this is hard to understand product and people are thinking all the time, is it easy to install, right? So I make the image how to install it, how you can install it yourself. Then for image number 4, I will go which glasses it works the best, because when people are buying glass rinser, they want to ask themselves like, is this good for bottles? Is this good for glasses? Is it good for my coffee mug? What kind of glasses work with that, right? Then 5th purpose I chose is to which sinks it works the best. Maybe there's different sinks, different type of sinks, different sizes of sinks, right? Different materials of sinks. I need to address that issue. People might think about like, is this good for my sink, right? All right, so that's my purpose for image number 5. You see, it's really heavy information-driven product. The glass rinser is hard to understand, logic, and benefit-driven product. Benefit is like, let's say 2 or 3, but logic is like 6 or 7, right? Because benefit is simple. You just wash your glass and that feels good, right? Benefits is really small. So it's really logic-driven product, information-driven product, and hard to understand products. That's why I'm how to use it, how easy is install it, which classes it work, which things. Then I have last image I do frequently asked questions image and what's in the package. Frequently asked questions image, I do it instead of why to choose us, I rather help customers to make smart decision. So frequently asked questions, in my opinion, picture is really powerful if you tackle the most objections for people. So I think that's kind of like the future. People are tired of why to choose us. Let's do frequently asked question image, and I promise you, you will do so much better, because this is information driven product anyway. What's in the package? Again, like people want to know. This is heavy logic driven product. They want to know how is the installation materials there, like what is there, right? So I chose these purposes for my 7 images now, right? And I chose them because I already done the blueprint. I already know, by the way. I couldn't know that before that. I did blueprint, now I know, because that's why I know it, right? All right, so what's next? Compose text for each image, each type of image. So now I have these 7 images here, right? Now I need to figure out what's the text, right? What are the texts I need to put in there? So I always go this way, guys. I always think the text. I don't think about the visual first. I always think the text first. I remove my thinking from the visual completely, because visual, like, it harasses me, you know? So first I always figure out the text. All right, so let's do that. So let's take the main image. Of course, there's no text needed. I will go with white glass rinser. That's my whole thing, because only three guys are selling white ones. I don't have much competition. It's fine. Cool. So image number 2, how to use it. You know, it's hard to understand the image. So we need to make sure how to understand products. Sorry. So I asked myself, by the way, I go to ChatGPT and wrote there, like, I want to make a how to use it image for glass rinser. And I want title and some beneficial texts that help people to understand that this is really cool product. So ChatGPT gave me this title: maximize your glass rinser, step-by-step guide. Additional text: efficient cleaning, push down, rinse away residue. Quick action, pure taste, right? Eco-friendly, fits for all glasses. Like, I don't need to use all of this text, but basically, like, how to use image. Maybe this is what I can do. I could put these benefits there, and I could put like basically step-by-step pictures how you use it, right? So it's like how you use it with benefits, right? Okay, let's do second image. How easy is to install it? Again, people always think it's difficult to install, and I just typed in ChatGPT. It took me like 15 seconds. It can be done so much better, guys. This is not a good example here. It gave me title: do-yourself installation is that simple. That's going to be big title on top of the image, and then additional text. You know, unbox, place, position your rinser where it's desired. Connect the tap. Turn on the test. You know, no pros needed. Like, compact designs, step-by-step guide. Right? And so, basically, step number 7 is for me to figure out these texts that should make you want to buy this product already just reading them. I don't think about visuals right now. I only think about the texts. And if I only think about the texts, I can fine-tune them so they are really simple to read and really powerful. And if I think visuals and text at the same time, I'm already confused. So I always go texts first and then visuals afterwards, right? So that's what I'm basically doing. When I did my blueprint in ChatGPT, it's super simple to do this text, because ChatGPT remembers the whole discussion, and I can somehow, like, okay, give me this type of title. This is the feeling I want to have. I want to explain how to use it. I want to make sure that people really, really like this somehow, like it's easy to read, la, 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 la. All right, cool. Step number 8, figure out source the images from the internet for each intended purpose. Now, when I have these texts for every single image ready, I kind of like, I know my purpose for every image. I know my title for every image. I know my text for every image. Now I go to these sites. Literally, I go to these sites and I start getting ideas. I can also go to Amazon, of course, and look around competitors, but you know, I don't want to do same images that they do. I just want to have a purpose, got the same purpose, but I want to figure it out myself. I want to consume something cool from the online that these people already not do. I don't want to do exactly as they do. I want to do it better. So, and I use these sites to brainstorm ideas on how this image should look like. And sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I can't do it. Sometimes I just need to draw it. I just draw it with a pen and paper. Sometimes I find really cool ideas from Midjourney or Shutterstock, and I tell them, like, this is the background I want. Put this product there, right? And again, if you want to do low risk, low budget method, then you don't want to do these type of products that are, you kind of need to do really specific installation pictures, because it's difficult to you to do them. If you can do easily installation pictures or like usage pictures or usability pictures, then sure. But low risk, low budget method means that you can do white background pictures of your product and place them on beautiful backgrounds, and that's enough. But yeah, that's what basically I'm doing. And of course, compose text for each type of image. Sorry, this is, and basically the next step is to create this is actually wrong. Next step is to create instructions for graphic designer. So let's go and let's see. So instructions for graphic designer, basically, pretty much always contain like this. Like I start from here, image number 2, purpose, how to use this, right? This glass rinser. Title, again, I go and I take it from here, for example, maximize your glass rinser. I copy this one, put it here. Then again, additional text, I take it here, like this. This pretty much is my instructions for graphic designer. You can do it better, of course, like, but this is just most like what's the easiest way to do, And again, so what else? Now I put my image ideas. I go to Shutterstock or Pinterest or Midjourney. And on the Midjourney is really cool for emotional images, by the way, guys. If you have emotion driven product or that like needs to show certain things, then this is Midjourney is really cool. So let's try first the glass rinser here. Maybe it finds me something, but it doesn't really find. It's really specific. It doesn't really find. What about sync? Or cool, yeah, put sync, and maybe I can find really cool syncs here. Again, I would maybe want to put real photography, and maybe I can find syncs here where I can like input my glass rinser, which is graphic designs. But like I said, when you do low risk, low budget method, you already want to think about that before you go in with the product, because you don't want to start with the product that's difficult for you to make images, right? Let's go here, right? Maybe I can find something cool from here, right? So I already found something. This glass rinser here, right? Basically, not much, right? So you see, it's kind of like for example, if I sell something like I don't know, water balloons, then I'm sure I can, if I sell water balloons, I have tons of cool images here, right? Tons of cool images here, right? There's no problem for me to find the image where kids are playing with water balloons. There's so many different water balloons here. Let's put real photography here. And sometimes you should maybe start thinking your product from the image perspective, because images are the ones that produce your sales. Of course, images, ads, and SEO. But then again, if you can find something really cool from places like this that you can use for your product, and you can already foresee that your product listing images are not going to be paying and are not going to take you 2 or 3 weeks, then you will save yourself a lot of trouble, right? But my image template basically eventually looks like this. I have this like instructions for the image, and I put some ideas down there, like this, pictures, you know, like how to use it. For example, I find something like this, I put it here. I want picture something like this, I just put here random ideas, and then I go to image number 3, right? So like here, like image number 3, do the same thing. Put my purpose, title, additional text, ideas for images, and if necessary, describe what you want. From designer. The less text and more easier you describe everything, the better the designers get. The point with designers is that they don't want to think. The graphic designers don't want to think. The more you can give them examples, exactly what you want and what's the level you're seeking for, the more easier for you is to get the images. Because if you don't, especially when you give them like a bad level, like sometimes I even put here images from competitors and I tell them I want to be better than this. Sometimes, honestly, this is actually one of the ideas. I almost forgot about it. So for example, I'm gonna go here to the glass rinser. I can open this one, and I said that, okay, I want this image here. I want this image, but I want it better. I want this image to be better. This is the image I want, but I want to make it better. So I don't know, make it better. That's the worst case scenario, but again, this is the way you can also approach this. And again, this is how you do basically image instructions for graphic designers. The more you can better, one part is the texts, which you control, and the second part is the image and visuals, what you control only the way that you give examples. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's go through quickly the 9 steps again before we start, and before we end, sorry. So categorize and understand your product, then analyze the main images of competitors, what strategies they are doing, and then ask yourself, what is my main image and what's my main image strategy? Next, analyze what kind of other images competitors are using and for what purpose they have. Then list down all different purposes that you can create. Make a list, like I just did here. I did 6 or 7 or 8, and then determine which type of purpose you want, or which type of purpose most effectively addresses the customer needs, right? And then compose text for each type of image. Now go and start thinking about what type of level for every image you want to have. What's the standard you want to have for every image and how the image should look like. If you find really specific designs from Shutterstock or Midjourney, great, absolutely great. If you don't find any, then just list different type of pictures that have certain level or certain standard that you want to have as well. If you don't give them standard, then they produce you lower standard than your competitors, and that's not cool, right? And number 9, of course, finally, just wrap everything up in one Google document like this, and then just send it to graphic designer. And that's pretty much it. And again, categorize and understand your product first. What is it? Is it easy to understand, logic driven, or emotion driven, or both? And where should you focus? That's it.